You're not going to want to miss this episode, tribe. We're talking about the art of clout chasing. Do you feel like Chrisean Rock is clout chasing right now, or is she just immature? What about Jada Pinkett-Smith on her book tour where she mentions Tupac and Will Smith? Is that clout chasing or nah? Or what about Kisha Chavis with her husband, Joe Smith? She has her OnlyFans page that's getting tons of new users. And
Yes.
is it clout chasing or nah? Stay tuned for this episode.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
Ciao.
It's your boy Shake. It's your boy Shake
Yeah.
from Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast. And I am here with my co-host. What it do? We got TJ right over here. We got my boy Nash. We got right over there. We're gonna go to the right hand side. We got, is that my right or my left? That's my left. We have Little Mo. What it do? And right below me, this asshole right here. Flash the philosopher. What it do?
Buddy.
What it do?
How are you?
Right,
Gang,
all
gang.
right. So, kicking off the episode. Wait, still before we get started with the episode, all right, guys. Looking at my face, all right. I look a little different this week, and now
Tell
here's
them
what
why.
happened.
Tell them why.
Listen, when I was trying to shave, I was trying to do like a shape up. I ended up zeking my mustache, right? Ended up zeking it. Now it was the zeke was about this big. It was really hard to cover up, right? It was really hard to cover up. So I tried to fix it by making it thinner so you wouldn't see it as much. But it was looking real pedophile-ish. All right. So I was just like,
yo, Shake, I've been trying to figure out for the longest who you look like, and I just realized who you look like, nigga. You look like E.T., my nigga.
You called him Mr. Magoo earlier.
I called him Mr. Magoo earlier, but now it's E.T.
Yo,
I feel like E.T. didn't have a
my friends
mustache.
have been so shitty. Okay, my friends have been so shitty. All right.
I said you had it shows your dimples. Now I can see you have beautiful dimples. I said
thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I think I look amazing. I'm not gonna keep the look, but I think I look good. All right. Anyhow, all right. I tried to fix it, and it was giving real pedophile-ish looks. Like there was like a little thin mustache with little pieces missing. So I had to just cut it off. I just chose to cut it off, and I did the Will Smith. You know what I mean? I did the Will Smith look. I kept the soul patch and just like the beard part. All right, guys. In case you guys are like, oh, hey, well, who the hell is this guy in the middle? It's me. It's
Who's a stranger?
All right.
Okay.
Stranger danger.
Who's
Stranger danger.
All right.
Glad to have you back,
All right, guys. If you like what you see here, please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear what you want to hear in the episode. We love to hear your comments. Please make sure you get in that comment section. All right. All right. So next, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the first segment of the episode. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for TJ to align our chakras. Let's get it, girl.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a great ass day because I said it was gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. Howl it. No bad days.
None.
Hey, tribe. Okay, so welcome back. Make sure this week, it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. Take some time for yourself. If it's the next 20 seconds that you take for yourself, treat yourself to that, tribe. Today, I'm going to be introducing you guys to the root chakra that you guys are well aware of if you've been listening to the podcast. And if not, the root chakra represents grounding. It's your security, it's your safety, it's your stability. It represents healing. It represents survival. For me, I think of it as a tree with roots that dig deep into the ground. And I even think of it deeper than just the ground level. I think of going down into the core of this earth. Like, who are you at your core? What keeps you stable? And for me, it's that root chakra. And for you, it should be too. I have some affirmations that I want to share with you guys. I am grateful for the strength that radiates through my entire body. and I think of those roots. I have all the tools that I need to succeed. I am grounded and remain firmly rooted. I inhale trust and I exhale fear. I am worthy of love and respect, and I'm confident in my abilities. So, if any of those affirmations resonate with you, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to ring the singing bowl, and you can just focus on those affirmations. So, we're going to take a deep breath in, hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. No bad days.
Nice.
No bad days.
Good
The
job.
gooch,
Right,
the gooch,
right.
the gooch, the gooch.
Oh, yeah, that is. It's located at the base of the spine, which is, they call it the gooch, guys. So if you're focusing on that area, it's located at the base of the spine. I forgot to mention that. Thank you for that, Latch.
Once you said the root, I
Right,
knew where it was.
Wait.
He knew it. You know what the root is, bro, all the time. All right. So I don't even know. Pause.
Keep it going.
I would just say pause.
You want to go today? You sure you want to go today, bro?
I would
You
just
ain't
say
got no
pause.
mustache. You ain't got no mustache. You sure you want to do this, bro?
All right,
Oh,
ladies and
gosh.
gentlemen. So y'all already know what time it is. We got to head into our next session. Y'all already know what time it is. It's
All right.
word of the week.
Word of the
Word
week.
of the week.
Word of the
Word
week.
of the week.
Word of the week.
Word of the week. Word of the week. Hey.
Teach me, guru.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Shake, and I am here to present you with today's word of the week. All right. So today's word of the week is ingratiate. Let me spell that for you guys. Okay, that is spelled INGRATIATE. Right? It's a verb, and it means to bring oneself into favor with someone by flattering or trying to please them. All right. So I'm gonna use it in a sentence. All right. So the young man wanted to move up in the law firm. So he started learning to play golf so he can ingratiate himself with his bosses. Boom, boom, boom.
That was
Ingratiate.
dope. That was dope.
All right. That is today's word of the week. And for those who don't know, whoever says it the most times during the episode, they win at the end. All right. This is the game.
Oh, I got a sentence.
Please Please
Oh,
join
that
in.
one.
Go
Let's
ahead,
hear it,
Nash.
Nash.
He gets no points for this, though. All right,
No.
guys? Go
I
ahead.
don't need it. It's a throwaway. It's cool. It's cool. I got this.
Give us a sentence.
So, most times when you're trying to court a young lady and you got to take him out to eat and shit, you hope that you ingratiate her by showing her a good time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to
Nice.
flatter. Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
Yes, ingratiate. That's a great sentence.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you strive to use this word in your everyday life. All right. You want to sound smart? Start using smart words. All right. So next.
He's right.
Next.
Nice,
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. All right. So, all right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are going to dive into the Chrisean Rock's incident where she allegedly got into an altercation at Tamar Braxton's concert with one of her background singers, James Wright Chanel. All right. In case you've been under a rock, right? No pun intended. At the Tamar concert, first she brought out Toni Braxton, and Tamar brought out Toni Braxton to sing with her at the concert. And it was a great performance. And after that, towards the end, she made some time to bring out Chrisean Rock, who apparently she wanted to big her up because they're both from Baltimore, right? So she was just like, let's bring her out for the concert. She's one of my younger sisters. A seemingly drunk Chrisean Rock wanted to do more than just look pretty and wave to the crowd. All right. So after the show, Chrisean Rock and her entourage allegedly barged into Tamar's dressing room, upset that she didn't get to perform. James, the background singer, he tried to calm things down and ended up getting his face rocked by Chrisean Rock. Once again, no pun intended. All right. She bloodied his nose and chipped his tooth. All right. Some of us in this room believe that this is just another attempt by Chrisean to gain notoriety or what some of us might call clout. All right. As we set the stage for today's discussion on clout and its implications, we examine the fine lines between seeking attention and the responsibilities that come with influence. How does one navigate the tightrope of fame in a world where every step is watched, every misstep is magnified, and the pursuit of clout can sometimes lead to unexpected fails. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to define what clout chasing actually is. For those of you who don't know, clout chasing is when a person tries to earn undeserved fame via many things, including spam, advertisements, in places where you're not meant to. For example, people who start drama to boost themselves, right? Like they'll beef with somebody who is like a Jay-Z or a Nas or somebody big in order for them to get their name out there. So that's what clout chasing is. All right. So my first question to you guys is, when you analyze the Chrisean Rock incident, do we see elements of clout chasing?
It sounds like it was a misunderstanding. I think she was under the impression that she was going to perform, and they were under the impression that they were just bringing her out to just, you my little sis, I'm showing you some love on my stage type thing. I think, and I also think that she needs to control her anger. I don't think it's a clout chasing thing. I think she needs to really learn how to control her anger, because putting hands on anybody, especially a man, and causing damage to him. I heard you say that because I was under the rock. I did not know about the situation until now.
Bring up some points.
Yeah. So hearing that she broke his tooth, he had a chipped tooth and bloodied his face or whatever, that's inappropriate. And now that she has somewhat status, you know what I mean? Like, she's going to be at risk for litigation. I'm sure that they're going to want to press charges, and you have a whole son that you need to provide for now. Your bag is your bag, but just remember, everybody's coming for your bag when you're making stupid decisions. So do I feel like she's specifically clout chasing? No, I think that she has anger management issues. And I think there was a misunderstanding of what she was, thinking she was supposed to be doing that night. That's my thoughts.
Okay. I don't think she's clout chasing. Yes, Tamar brought her out because she's from Baltimore. She was actually supposed to come out. There's a part of the show where Tamar twerks, and throughout the show, she was supposed to come out on that segment of the show, which would have been appropriate for her to come out for that part of the show. However, she wasn't at the side of the stage at the time when they did that part of the show. And that's what the background singers were saying. Like, well, we didn't see you. You wasn't on the side of the stage. Allegedly, she was drunk at that time, and she kept telling James, right, Chanel, lie again. That's what she kept saying to him, and he was like, no. He was trying to calm down, like, well, we didn't know that you were supposed to come out, and that's when she proceeded to hit him,
punch him in the mouth.
To punch. Yeah, she punched him in the face several times. She had big rings on, according to some of the staff that was on the show.
That's an excuse for being beat up by a girl? Okay.
No, but and that's not an excuse, because and I don't like that you said that, Shake, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because number one, that's a gay man, and whether he's gay or not, had he put his hands on her, it would have been a problem, right? It would have been a problem, right? So it would have been a problem because he's still a male at the end of the day. So the fact that he, whether he's gay or not, still held his composure, because the minute he would have put his hand on her, but you want to make fun of him for being hit by a female, I don't think that's funny at all. You know what I mean? I'm being real, because he's a gay man. Had he and he's bigger as well. Had he put his hands on her, that would have been a big issue. We all know that Chrisean Rock got hands, right? Because that's what she does. She's from the Zeus Network. That's how they highlighted her as far as beating up people or punching people. I don't think she's clout chasing. I think she's young. She's naive, and she's inappropriate. Her behavior is inappropriate. She grew up. She's dealt. If you know Chrisean Rock and you know her past, she has trauma from her past and her upbringing with her mother and things of that nature. And she needs to get those things in check. She needs to go to counseling. She needs to seek therapy. She's now a mother of her own. And as we spoke about before, even with her child, she has been inappropriate, not because she wants to, because she doesn't know. She needs guidance. And I think so as far as her per se clout chasing for this particular incident, I don't think she's clout chasing. I think she's just inappropriate, and allegedly she was inebriated at the time when the incident happened. She denied that the incident even took place, where it's like, ma'am, several people have came out, visually saw you put your hands on this man, but you lied and said that they are clout chasing. For what reason? There's witnesses that saw the alleged incident occur, you know? So I just want to say that, no, I don't think she's clout chasing. She's not. This is
I'm not even gonna lie. If she put hands on me, she would have felt these hands. I would have came back at her. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who she is. But in all honesty, I don't think dude would have won. I think she would have beat his ass. But that's just my opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. It ain't because I'm big or whatever. But because she got hands. She got hands. All right, and that's just me. But I think it's for me, it's mixed. Right. I feel like Chrisean Rock, she knows that people know her for, like, you know, being this rowdy person. And I feel like she's trying to live up to that by doing dumb shit like this. And I feel like, I don't know if it's absolutely, she just lost her cool at that moment, or she just felt like she had to prove herself. Like, you know, I was going to come out here and they not going to let punch him in the mouth. And now, you know, people are going to hear news, Chrisean Rock is nobody to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I feel like it could be clout chasing, as well as her being like emotionally unstable, being part of it, right? It could be part of it, but I feel like there's elements of both in her actions.
Got you.
No, that's fair. So I guess as far as like what I would be feeling about the Chrisean Rock shit, number one, I feel like she just be on camera too much for me. Like her whole life be on some what's that fucking Jim Carrey movie where it's like the nigga was recorded from like Inception or some shit in his life or some shit.
The Truman Show.
Right. Yeah. I feel like she's almost a real life Truman Show in terms of maybe how outward, like we see a lot of her either baby daddy issues or even issues with this and the third. And do I think it's clout with that situation? Not necessarily, because, you know, I feel like she was saying shit like, you know, they set her up. Apparently she does music, you know, and I guess she wanted to perform her music, or thought she was going to perform her music, but maybe they didn't plan for her to do no music or no shit like that. So I don't know what was said versus what they told her she could do, but it just looked all bad at the end of the day, as far as her being on stage and like people, you know, can't do their show properly and some shit. Like it gave me like the whole Little Mama vibes, or like the vibe of people who are just like on the stage and they're not contributing nothing to the show really, you know. So if somebody did invite her, it kind of feel like they probably just set her up for failure. And because they know sometimes that somebody like this is, her name is going to be everywhere that you see, that, you know, they're going to say, oh, she was here, she was there with the baby, with the baby, that's in third. So is it clout chasing? I don't know, but I think it's marketing to some degree, as far as like how I see this and how they use. I don't even want to say they use her, but to some point I feel like they do. You know what I'm saying? To
use her to bring more attention to their concert, like the Tamar Braxton concert, right?
Yeah,
you know, I can see that.
I think she's a marketing tool. I think she's a genuine marketing tool, like, right at the moment.
I disagree with that, because in that part she didn't, in my opinion, she didn't need marketing. Her sister's Toni Braxton. Let's be real. She brought out Toni Braxton. She invited Chrisean there. Yes, that is. She claims that's her little sister. She's from Baltimore. She didn't invite her to the show. I'm being real. There's no, and I don't think it was any misunderstanding. She was not going to perform at Tamar's show. If you're a Tamar person, Tamar has slow ballad songs. Chrisean's not coming out there doing no rowdy stuff at her show. Yes, there's a little part where there's a song, I think she has a song called like Hot Sugar or Hot Mama, where you twerk. That was when she was supposed to bring her out for that particular session, which would have made sense. So for her, and the song that she came out on the stage and was carrying on was called Love and War, which was a ballad song. You know what I mean? Tamar still kind of went on with the performance, kind of like trying to calm her down. But then when she went backstage, she was crying and these things. And that's when they was trying to console her, because they was like, you know, we didn't know that you were supposed to, you know, let's just try to figure out what's going on. And that's when the incident proceeded.
Yeah. So Mo said something key that I'm going to reiterate. She did not come out at the proper time. Like I said, she might have been off drinking somewhere with her friends. That's allegedly. But she was supposed to come out during a specific time, and when she was actually supposed to be doing something rather than just coming on stage and just waving at everybody like, "Hey y'all, I'm Chrisean Rock." She wasn't supposed to do that. It was supposed to. She come out and actually twerk with Tamar, and it was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be engaging with the crowd, but Chrisean Rock kind of fucked that up. So it seems like somebody set her up for failure, but she set herself up for that.
Yeah, so I feel a way about, well, not that I feel a way, because this ain't my life. I don't really give too much fucks. But I agree with Flash a lot. I agree with Flash a lot in terms of his statements of feeling like, I feel like Tamar used Chrisean Rock for clout. Like if anybody was using somebody for clout, I feel like that's the case because although Toni Braxton is her sister and famous, she's famous to older people. She's famous to people in our age group, you know, which is what it is, you know. And I think Chrisean Rock is more, you know, noticed by younger people. And I think that using her as a tool to get younger people to tune in and watch the show is smart. It's a smart approach. If you know this person, you're cool, you know they got a big name. I think it was a miscommunication between how this shit was supposed to go down. I think that someone who was planning this event should have discussed the plan with her so that she could be on the same page and they could be, you know, in sync. But I feel like she was drunk and, you know, she wasn't in a place to be able to follow that direction if there was a direction provided. I think that that's in itself is concerning, but you know who you dealing with. Like this girl is famous for fucking niggas up on TV. Like this is what you know her for. Right. Why would you have her on your shit and not let her know what the plan is? Because it's obvious that she is liable to punch a nigga tooth out. Because she punched a nigga tooth out, bro.
You gonna fuck shit up.
Like, why would you want somebody in your space that behave like that, unaware of what the plan is? That to me is poor management. It just sounds, that's poor management.
Bad.
You know what I mean?
Bad.
So for this to end the way it did, not surprised. You know, she does have anger issues. She does have problems as far as being able to control herself in a regular kind of way. I'm just saying regular because, you know, nobody's normal. But I feel like this is to be expected from her based on her past, you know, history. I'm complete.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question though. If she punched one of y'all in the face, like the fellas, y'all hitting her back, or y'all just gonna stand there and
so I feel a couple ways about this right now. I feel like if you feel confident enough to hit somebody, you got to feel confident enough to get hit back. I feel like it's a give and take type situation. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna stand over her and pound her face like the Hulk. I'm not saying that. But I'm definitely going to try to grab and punch at the same time. You know, you grab somebody. You know, I'm definitely going to squeeze her so tight that something turn red for sure, 100%.
You see, you're mad. You better than me because number one, I'm way too peaceful. So, like, if I seen Chrisean in real life, like, I'm gonna try to ingratiate her. In all honesty, you know, just on who she is, but. At the same time, if she was gonna punch me, nigga, I'm going full WWE, nigga. I'm laying out on the table, nigga. I'm climbing something, nigga. I'm doing the elbow drop, like I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way, bro.
You know, with a frog splash. Shout out to Eddie
anything, bro. Because why would she punch my tooth out? That's not.
Why
fair.
would she think that's okay? Why would she think that's okay? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To just put hands on somebody, right?
Yeah, not all right. Not all right.
It's not.
I don't even like to hear you guys joke about it because I grew up in a house of domestic violence, and I know that putting your hands on anyone is a problem. And so, you know, to me, it's just too serious. It's hard for me to even laugh with you guys, but I get where you guys are coming from. And, you know, every man has a right to protect themselves, especially, you know, she's known for her hands. You know what I'm saying? She's known for her outbreaks. She's known for her irrational behaviors often, you know, and it's really sad seeing it.
And I also want to say, I think she did that to James because of who James is, right? Because James, that's what I think. Because they were why did you do that to James? I mean, because he's a gay man. That's what I'm saying. So you felt like he would, because you know what I mean. But if it was somebody else, would you have punched him in their face?
Like a security guard,
like a security, right? You know, why didn't you punch the security guard? That's what I'm getting at.
Who she knew she could be.
You went to James, who was the most non-confrontational person, who was trying to calm you down. Like, you know what I mean? So you did that to James. Did you do that to a person of not of that sexuality? I think also, I'm just thinking. Yeah.
I think also when you're inebriated, you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know,
not only
like
that
you're not in the right mind frame.
not only that he's gay, he's like a flamboyant gay guy. Like let's be clear about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, not all gay guys are like flamboyant.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Correct.
You know what I'm
correct.
saying? So he was a very flamboyant gay guy, and she knew. I guess she figured she could take him. You know what I mean? Like even if you drunk, I could take him. Right?
I feel like it's time and chance too. Though I feel like he was trying to console her. Well, what I watched,
he was trying to.
Right. I saw that
she was crying.
This thing had went south. They all went back to the dressing room or whatever, and he was trying to explain their stance as far as why the shit went down the way it did. I think it could have been anybody who was explaining the situation to her about what was wrong and could have caught that.
Right.
You know, it could have been anybody. So I'm not thinking
because she felt like she was played. I guess at that moment
because he's gay. I think she said it on him because of the time and chance, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay.
agree.
That can happen too. That can happen too. That's true. I can agree with that because in that part, she was in her feelings at the time. So whoever was talking to her probably would have got it. So that's true. I can
imagine talking to my cousins and shit and how they would be like tight at this time. And if she's tight like that, like she's just irrational at this point. And just the first person who came and said some shit to them, she was ready to punch him. You know what I mean? It could have been Tamar. I'm glad it wasn't. All right. I'm glad it was not. Tamar I guess she sent her lead singer over there. Yo, go talk to her. Let her know. Like, I don't talk directly to this hoe. Anyhow.
But wait. Let's talk about that, right? Because if I invited you, right? If I invited you and you're upset with something that happened on my show, I should be the one talking to you. Right. I feel like I should be the one to calm you down and explain to you what the disconnect was, because this is my responsibility if I had you in this space together. So I think that she has to take some accountability for this as well, because
she absolutely did. She went on, she did a video, right?
How long after?
I think it was a day after, because she was trying to process everything. She said it was a lot.
She did it like the day after James.
The day after, because James did his response. She went on and she said that she's was in a conflicting situation because she did invite Chrisean to the show. She said she doesn't know what happened. She said she's horrified. She admitted that he was assaulted. That's the term that she utilized. She said that he was assaulted, and that she feels horrible and that her team needs to take a minute to decompress from everything that went on. She's actually kind of paused from her show because of this. So she did speak out on it because she feels horrible. She does. That's basically what she said. She said she did say she felt conflicted horrible. And she felt horrible, and then she definitely said that James was assaulted. So she came out and said it too, while Chrisean was sitting there acting like nothing happened. Like, oh, they're clout chasing. That didn't, I don't know where they got that story from. Ma'am. Yeah. You haven't even acknowledged what you did.
Yeah.
So she's not taking no accountability for nothing.
No.
Chrisean?
Nope.
Chrisean,
yeah, she tried to act like it didn't happen.
Her lawyers will probably tell her don't talk about it.
She acts like
probably say don't say shit.
I don't even know. She acts like nothing happened. Like she doesn't know what anybody's talking about. That's what she did, because she initially spoke right after the incident, like she's in La La Land. Like what? Like, oh, they're clout chasing. That didn't happen. It's the only thing that's unclear right now is if James is pressing charges or anything like that. Nothing like that has been said.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing that's unclear.
That's very
he hasn't.
Right now.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything about pressing charges or anything like that.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, so on to the next question. All right. So how do we distinguish between genuine actions and those aimed at publicity? All right. Well, my answer is you can't. Right. Sometimes you just can't. I mean, look at Will Smith during the Oscars in 2022. Right, when he walked on stage and proceeded to smack Chris Rock. We looked at this and some of us thought it was a gag at first. We thought it was fake. As far as some of the videos that I saw, I believe that Jada even thought it was fake at first, right? She thought it was fake. But then when Will sat down and was like, keep your hand, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth, right? Once he said that, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And he said it a second time. We always just like, is this real? Like, sometimes it's hard.
Facts. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's real and what's not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I sometimes even think that the Nas Jay-Z beef was fake. I thought it was a stunt. I thought it was that it was extremely profitable for both of them, and it was really convenient that this beef came out during his 10-year anniversary, right? This beef comes out, now he comes out with this amazing album that flies off the shelf, and you never know, like, is this something that could have been staged between them? You know what I'm saying? Is this whole beef like something staged? So we would never know, you know, in some situations, and in some situations, you know, like, damn, this is clout chasing off the rip.
I mean, sometimes I think you can tell. In my mind, I'll be thinking like, what do you have to gain from this? I ain't even think of like the Jay-Z and Nas shit as being staged, but I do think that even when it comes to rap, there's a hype around when rappers get to battle one another, just in general. So, you know, I think that adds to. I think that adds to like that performance, I guess. But sometimes I feel like that's genuine though. Like you want to be able to know, like, hey, I got a lyrical acumen that we can battle, we can do this over tracks, you know. So I don't know if that's I think that's guaranteed to get you publicity, especially if you're as big as those names. How do you distinguish it though? Shit. I don't know, because I feel like once you sometimes put certain shit on camera, you want publicity to some degree, right? And it's hard for me to say, like, when somebody records themselves giving out you know, turkey or money or this, that, and the third, like do you need the camera there? Do you always have to record that? You know? But then we also know, like, we live in this era where social media helps to give us ideas about like what people are doing, and you know, we want to foster and do things like how other people are doing it. It's a great way to be introduced to new things. So part of me is like, I don't know. It's hard. I guess you can't distinguish it, you know.
That's true. Because sometimes right quick. Sometimes I feel like maybe it may have been a genuine action at first, but when they released the video, that's when it became clout chasing, right? That's when they put it out there. Like, you know, it could have been something that was genuine that they did. And now, okay, now we're going to release the video. It turns into a clout chasing moment at that point. So sometimes it's hard to see when it becomes that clout chasing moment.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult as the viewer to know, to distinguish, you know, between what's genuine and what's, you know, just for the clout, right? And I come up with two different scenarios in my head. So the Jussie Smollett situation, we all didn't even know what that was until the truth started to come out. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh shit, he's doing this for publicity. And then we hear about publicity stunts all the time, you know, pairing two celebrities together so that they look like they're dating, or certain situations that you'll see that, you know, it starts to unfold and you're like, okay, or you'll hear it after the fact, like, oh, that was a publicity stunt, you know. But it's really hard to distinguish between what's genuine and not. But I agree with Flash in the sense of we're living in a society where everything you do needs to be somewhat publicized in a sense to show that you're doing something. I was listening to the radio the other day, and this was during, you know, the 50 years of hip hop. It was the radio show with Mo, you listen to it all the time, Hot 97.
Hot 97.
With Ebro and what's the white guy's name?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
Yeah.
And so pretty much they were saying, like, where are these hip hop artists and why are they not on social media saying what they're doing for 50 years? And they were like, wait, does someone have to post something on social media to know that they're celebrating 50 years of you know, of hip hop? And believe it or not, people are like, you know, if you're a staple of the community, why didn't you post something to big up 50 years of hip hop? You know what I mean? And it's just like, whoa, this is the society that we're living in now, you know, where people feel like you're not even doing anything if you're not publicizing it. If you're not on social media. And so some people are like, yo, my social media is my social media and I want to use it however I want to use it. I don't have to post the things that I'm doing on the everyday like everybody else, you know? So, but this is the society that we're living in now, child.
I got some thoughts on this in terms of like a couple of things. So you mentioned Will Smith and his situation, which was, I don't think that was clout chasing at all. I think that was just a bad public moment. Like I feel like one of the ways that we can determine if it's genuine or not is once we get all the information. Right. I think we're quick to make a knee-jerk reaction to respond to shit when we see it. And I think that's where it gets a little cloudy, right? Because over time you get to get all of the details about why shit the way it is. I think that the Nas and Jay-Z reference that you made, I'm conflicted by that because I feel like that was genuine. And the reason why I feel like that was genuine because at that time there was no social media, my nigga. There was no Twitter, there was no Facebook. These niggas was talking about their personal lives on tracks. And that's when we found out that Jay-Z was fucking Nas' baby mother. And I felt like that was big. Really? That was what? Yo.
Yeah, super ugly. A
lot of the shit that we found about them through that beef was shit that people didn't know about. Like that's just shit that only industry people knew. So I feel like that was very genuine, and I feel like that wasn't aimed at gaining publicity. That was aimed at showing this nigga I'm better than you. Not only do I rap better than you, I fuck your bitch better than you. Like that, that's that hurtful type shit that was going on when that beef was happening. So I felt that was genuine. And years later, seeing it still feel like it was genuine because that's some hurtful
good old
shit
days
of
hip hop, where they go back and forth like that.
Facts. Another example, I think about Snoop Dogg. Right, Snoop Dogg recently went on.
Son.
He was telling niggas that he quit smoking. Right, he said I'm gonna stop smoking. Yeah. But if you read between the lines, his words are very specific. I'm gonna stop smoke. He was promoting a outdoor barbecue pit, right? But he used that to make people like question, oh shit, what's going on with Snoop? What's going on with Snoop? Great marketing tool. I'm not knocking it.
Remarkable.
I'm not knocking it, But I think that it's important for us to not make knee-jerk decisions when we hear people say shit, because there's always more information about it that's gonna come down the pipe. So we need to be cognizant of that and make sure that we're aware that this shit just may be surface level. It might be deeper than what they putting out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, when I talked about the Nas and Jay-Z beef, I'm not saying it wasn't real. I'm saying if it was fake, it was profitable for both of them. You know what I'm saying? But if it was fake, I would never know. You know what I'm saying? Because it felt real to me at that time. You know what I'm saying? But they both made hella money off of that shit. But it was hurtful. It felt hurtful to me. When I heard Super Ugly, I was like, damn, I don't feel like a lot of people listen to this shit. But
this nigga said, I skated in your Jeep and left condoms in your baby seat. Like, man, why would you say that? Why would you say that, dog?
Some hurtful shit.
Shit was super ugly. That shit hurt.
Son.
I mean, that's classic hip hop, though. Shout out to hip hop. 50 years of hip hop this year.
You know one more thing I want to say on this topic too. When I used to watch shit like Evel Knievel and David Blaine and shit like that, this nigga want to hold his breath like Aquaman for 8 hours, or Evel Knievel want to jump some long joint and face death and this, that, and the third. Sometimes I'm thinking like, some of this is both. No, real shit. No, and I feel like some people know.
Sorry.
I need a button. For that. My fault.
Pause that, bro.
I feel like there's like some people want the publicity, and this is their genuine thing. It's like I'm Evel Knievel. I want to break a record. I want to risk my life to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's conflicted for me.
So it may be a publicity stunt, but to them, still, it's like a genuine accident.
It's my real life. It's my real life.
Like, I want to fucking do this. This is what I want to do. Yeah. And people take it as, damn, this nigga's just doing this.
That nigga is trying to show you how ill my life is. Look, this is how I'm living, nigga. I get to give a call. What you doing, nigga?
But is that publicity though? Isn't that publicity still too though, Flash? For real.
For the younger tribe,
you're doing it for the clout.
For the younger tribe,
so this is my thing.
Go ahead, my fault. I just want to tell people who Evel Knievel is if they don't know who it is. He was a daredevil. All right. And he used to do stunts and tricks like take his motorcycle and ride it up a ramp and jump over a football field full of burning cars and shit and then land and survive. Yeah, premise. I just wanted to get
I say that to say people do great shit to make it public. I don't want to be on social media watching nobody just do their regular work and shit, nigga. I want you to go in the back in the warehouse and spin that motherfucking machine and shit. Show me what that shit could do, nigga. Like, I want to see some wild shit sometimes.
You don't never do that shit. I want to see you do it.
Don't show me that regular shit you do at work, nigga. Typing and shit. No, fuck that.
I mean, we live in an era that if one thing goes viral, you're a whole different person. You're in a whole different tax bracket.
That's a fact.
You know, the guy that did this, the whole meme of this, you know, for his stupid things, he's a fucking
He's like one of the
millionaire.
highest paid people on TikTok. Yeah, he's one of the highest paid people.
One thing can make you go viral, and so people are always searching for that one moment. Fuck that. Sophisticatedly Ratchet be searching for that one moment. We say so many
every week.
But we know one thing can go viral, and we're at another level. And we can't that moment, by the way. But, and we clout chasing. Fuck that shit. We clout chasing.
But Mo, did we get to you, Mo? Mo, did we get to you?
Okay. No, not yet.
What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, this is hard to distinguish between genuine action and those aimed at gain and publicity. I often think about, and I don't know if people even remember him, A-Town. A-Town.
Oh, you talking about the birds is chirping?
The Birdman, yeah. The birds are chirping. When he came with that song, like, remember he was so like, I think now I don't want to say allegedly, but he has some kind of special needs to a certain degree, right? And he came out with that song. He was hot like fire. And I'm not saying that I think he was genuine because of his disability that he had. And people around him was gaining clout off of him. And now, if you look at A-Town now, like he has kidney issues. He's basically on his thing asking for support to get a kidney. And I'm just thinking to myself, where's all these people that was running behind him and doing all the stuff? And when he's in dire need right now, like he's on that, he needs a kidney really bad. Like he just was talking about like how and nobody
follow him,
how his I don't follow him, but I checked, he popped up and I started kind of going through because I was like, oh shoot, I remember A-Town. And like just recently, like I want to say if you go in there today, like he talks about how his face is very swollen up and kind of explains why. He's like, when you have a buildup of your kidney fluid, and then this is why your body's puffy and stuff like that. So I'm just like, damn, like he's in dire need of a kidney. And so I think like was he being, he had genuine actions, or was he clout chasing, or was it getting publicity? And even if he was getting publicity, where's the public to assist him? Help him out now. So it's very hard to distinguish. It's hard to distinguish if it's a genuine act or not. That's my. I just thought about him. I think about that.
I get that. Freaking A-Town. I mean, it's a lot to ask somebody for a kidney, though. It's a lot to ask somebody for a kidney, though. That shit's rough.
Yeah, I was like, the public's supposed to do that because he went viral? I don't know.
Right.
But it's nice that he could bring awareness to it. And then we also have to think, because you've gone viral, you have to figure out how to make money from it. So the most people that really do well is you have to figure out how to keep those viewers coming and to sell something, get a part of a product, or start monetizing your image, because it don't last long. And we're in this era in our society where you're a one-hit wonder for 1 minute,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We love to hear from you. All right. We love to read your comments. We will respond immediately, but please make sure you like and subscribe and comment. All right. All right, guys.
Share us
with a friend. All right. All right, guys. So the next question we were gonna ask is we wanted to talk about, since we're talking about clout chasing, this cannot be a clout chasing episode without mentioning Jada Pinkett-Smith. We know Jada is wild, crazy, and Kisha Chavis, right? All right. So in what ways are the actions and public statements of Jada Pinkett and Kisha Chavis similar or different to Chrisean Rock? Would you guys say?
What are you specifically referring to, though?
All right. So when I say Jada Pinkett-Smith, right, I'm talking about the elements of clout chasing, right? For example, right, with Jada Pinkett-Smith, she's clout chasing, basically right now because that's her only form of income right now. All right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Red Table Talk is canceled. The Red Table Talk is canceled. Okay. She has no other income. What other job does Jada Pinkett have?
Does she need another job? She's living in a mansion. From my understanding, married to a millionaire.
From my understanding, it's not a real marriage. It's a sham.
Correct. They're not together anymore. But she's still taking care of.
how
She
much
does
is
not
he
need
really
money.
how much is he really taking care of her right now? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. How much is he
So
really
wait,
taking
Shay,
care of?
That's their
Hey,
He's
business.
still
Hey,
taking care of
so,
her.
Right?
so you saying Jada broke, Shay? You say Jada broke?
I'm saying Jada's form of income right now is tearing down Will. And that's just it. That's what
Absolutely
Oh my
not.
that's
God.
the
I
only
disagree.
Where else is
He
she
is
making
doing-
money? She's
Okay,
clout,
listen.
bro. Where else is she
Speak for
making money?
yourself.
She's talking about a
Those
book.
are not the thoughts
Second off,
of the
the book
Sophisticatedly
is
Ratchet
tearing down
Podcast.
Will.
Kinda is.
It's another tearing down Will.
No, have you read the
She's
book?
making
It's not
money.
even all about
Give me
Will.
something
What are
else,
you
TJ.
talking about?
Give me
Exactly.
something
Did you
else,
read the
TJ.
book?
What else is she making money off of?
First of
Listen.
all,
Tupac.
I don't
No,
feel like she needs to make money. I don't feel
Every
like that's
time
her.
she goes on an interview, all she does is tear this man down, and she's
Because
making
they're
money
asking
off
her
of that.
questions about him.
She,
Okay,
but she
Mhm.
also
promoting
supports
a book
them.
right now.
Mhm.
She's right now.
Oh,
All right,
man.
period. You have a product
That's
coming
funny.
out. If it's a book, if it's a
That's
movie,
funny.
if it's a show, you have to publicize it. It's a part of the PR, right? So she's actually trying to, PR her book, and she's on a tour
Mhm.
for her book, promotion of
Mhm.
her book. And
Mhm.
yes, people want to ask questions about Will. He's the number one movie star. Okay, so those
Mhm.
questions are gonna come up. So people are seeing it
Mhm.
as her bashing him, but her entire book is not only about Will, it's about her and her life. And actually, I enjoyed the book because I actually read the book. I'm not just making shake facts without reading the book. I read the book. That was a dig. Okay. I read the book, and the book is actually, it's an autobiography, but she phrases it in a sense where it's kind of like a self-help book where she's asking the viewer questions. Where does this come up in your life? You know what I mean? Because a lot of things that she's been experiencing or has experienced in her life, a lot of people can find things that are similar in their lives. Like I read the book and I was like, oh shit, I could see some of that coming off from me too. Do I feel like she's clout chasing? No, I think she's promoting her book. And this is one of the ways for her to make money. Is she hard out for money? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that they're very comfortable.
I don't think she's broke.
Yeah,
I just think that's her way of making income. And at the end of the day, sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to respond to TJ as far as the book. I don't think the whole book is about Will, but the fact that she is utilizing Will to promote the book and tearing him down to promote the book, that is what I'm talking about. Because she can respectfully decline. She can respectfully decline to talk about it. She can respectfully decline.
You put a book out there.
Why does she have to talk about their marriage? Why does she have to talk about their marriage?
Book. It's a part of her life.
Right.
It's a part of her life.
Intimate details about her marriage is in her book.
Correct.
And the only reason
he wrote a book too, and he talked about their marriage as well.
The only reason half of the people even reading the book is to see what she said about Will. And that's it.
Okay. Mission accomplished. Let me get my point.
Drop a bomb.
Drop a bomb. To sell the book.
Can I go?
Create a book to share your story, to share your piece of your story, where you get to share it, when other people don't get to dictate what it is. You know what I'm saying? So mission accomplished. If someone purchases her book because that's what they want to hear, mission accomplished. Thank you for my money.
So, Shake, I want you to know that I'm in a complete agreement with you. All right. Feeling like Jada Pinkett is clout chasing, right? And I say she's clout chasing because although she may be talking about Will Smith, she's also bringing my nigga Tupac from the grave. She's resurrecting my nigga and talking about this nigga crazy. All right.
Revolving me.
Man, bitches of a rider, nigga. Damn.
What did she talk about crazy about him though?
What? She talked about the fact that he had alopecia. He wasn't vocal about having alopecia, and that they shared that as a commonality. Now, this was something that he was uncomfortable with. Why the fuck are you talking about it now, 20 years later after this nigga's dead?
It wasn't a commonality at the time. She was just mentioning in the book. It's a very simple mention that I seen him. No, it's her experience. She actually had a friendship with Tupac, and it's not a secret. Everybody knew that she had a friendship with him. I don't want to be the defendant of Jada.
You are.
I'm going to be a defendant. You're going to be a defendant of the
truth. Do we need to night music on?
And that's fine. You know, that's somebody that you like. That's cool.
It's not that I like her. I just read the book, so I'm hearing it. Remember, in this society, we're hearing clips and bits and pieces of clips on social media for you guys to attach to and hold on to that.
Doesn't change the fact that she's bringing up Tupac from the dead. And it doesn't change
It's
the
in her
fact.
book. It's a part of her
It
life.
doesn't change the fact that she's using this man's name for notoriety. This is a relationship that occurred several years ago.
You
all
can't
right?
talk about that in your book. If you had a
Then
relationship
you can't feel a way about me judging you for bringing up that old shit. Like you can't knock me for that. Because
so I have to leave out a whole portion of my life where I was friends with a star that you guys know.
It's not just saying
a mega star.
It's not saying that you friends, but you saying things that people can't refute. You saying basically that this nigga proposed to you, but he was already married. Like you're saying things that don't quite add up or make sense for him to be so passionately in love with you, but he already got a wife. You know what I mean? Like these are things that he can't respond to because he's not here no more. And that's cool. If you like it, that's all right.
Her truth.
But that's it, again, that ain't whatever. My whole thing is if you putting it in the book, you're making it accessible for us to be able to critique, right? Now you're putting Will in the book, we get to critique it. Now, not only did she bring this nigga up after his career is already downward trending because of some shit that was, I want to say, incentivized by your feelings, right? He went up there, he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock because her feelings were hurt. He laughed about it at first when it happened, but then he saw how she looked and ran up on stage and acted a fool. And my man's career ain't been the same ever since. All right.
That has nothing to do with her. That was his behavior.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with her?
Did she tell him to go up there? He should have.
It's not about him saying. It's not about her saying it. I'm telling you what he said to him after he slapped him. He said, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." So it does have something to do with her. She may not have been the one who pushed the button.
There's other things that he could have done. There's other things. What I'm saying, it doesn't have anything to. She didn't tell him to go up there and smack her.
Of course not. Of course not.
I'm just
she
saying.
She might as well put the slap in his hand. He might as well. She might as well.
Wow.
Put the slap in.
Wow.
All right. So the fact that she keeps bringing up, the fact that she brings up Will Smith in her book, the fact that she brings up Tupac in the book, and then now we have these conversations that continually knock down Will Smith as an individual while he's trying to get his shit back together. It's all questionable. And in terms of defining clout chasing, he has more notoriety than her. Tupac has more notoriety than her. And using these names in order to promote this book that's failing is unfortunate, but that's the reality behind it. All right. Now, do I think she's wrong? 100%. Do I think that she's not someone that, let me rephrase this. I don't think she's someone that anyone should be taking advice from. She's not a therapist. All right. She got these red table talk. Cool. That's what's up. You got pros on there that's giving their thoughts about shit, but you are not a professional to be trying to help niggas because your situation is all types of fucked up, bro. That shit is all types of messy. So I don't see how that could be helpful to anybody. That shit is crazy, bro. I'm complete. I just want to throw that out there. I'm with you, Shake. I agree with you 100%. She's dragging this man.
Dragging him.
I think this is a really funny conversation. I never thought about her having to drag Will Smith as clout, but I do question, why she has to bring up his name so often. But then I'm also part of this whole understanding that like certain people just live wilder lives than me and have been introduced to people who I'll either never meet or have wanted to meet before. And, you know, there is also, I don't know, I just feel like I want to write a story about my life, and I would hope that shit is entertaining. And I'm like, and this is something I had in my head. I wanted to write a book. It was going to be called The Cable Man Stories, and it was going to tell like all my Cable Man stories. You know what I'm saying? And I want, and when I think about it, if I was going to write that book, I got to tell you how I went and I worked in Jay-Z building, 560 State Street. I got to tell you that I've been in LL Cool J's mom crib and all this other stuff.
Talk about it, because that's your history.
Right. And it's like, would I call it clout chasing? I don't know, because I'm sitting here like, yo,
it's your experience. It's not.
I think it is.
Right. And my thing is this. It's a noteworthy experience for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that I may be proud of. You know what I'm saying? I don't think tearing, y'all say tearing Will Smith down. I don't think that's something to be proud of if that's what you get from what she's saying. So yeah, I would be cautious as far as like the content in my book, but at the same time, I think there's power in that, in terms of like she gets to share some of the most vulnerable parts of her life or some of the most intimate details of her life, and people find that shit interesting. That the book didn't sell that well, maybe they didn't find it too interesting. I get that too. But as far as her putting out and professing like, yo, this is just my my life, nigga. Like, part of me is like, it's not clout chasing. Part of me is like, that's just her memoir. You know, that's what she wants to write about, and people are interested in that shit sometimes.
I feel like she's not clout chasing. I think she is writing. I did not read the book. Let me preface by saying that. I do feel like she's sharing part of her life, and part of her life is Will Smith. Can certain things have been left off the table if somebody's talking to her regularly about certain things? Yes, everything doesn't need to be in the public or be said. It could be in the book. Let the people read the book and find out for themselves. You know, that's kind of how I feel about it. But to say certain things, you know, just off cause, yeah, you could promote your book, but I don't feel like she's necessarily selling, because that's her husband, you know, so he is always going to be a topic of discussion at any given time. But because that's her husband and that's part of her life, they're ingrained with each other. There's certain things that's always going to come out. But I just feel like just to naturally bring it out, like I can give an example where I think you know, as I go back and I look at certain things, it's like, well, why do we even have to talk about this? Like with the August Alsina thing and saying they had an entanglement, to know at that time when that happened, technically they wasn't together. So why do we even have to bring that?
Gang, this is what I'm saying.
You know,
and so that comes out in the book, and this he talks
Mm-hmm.
about this in the book,
right? So I wanted to kind of that's why I said I didn't read it. Alsina brought it up.
He's the one that brought it up.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, August Alsina is going to come up because he's the one that publicized that she was, you know, in a relationship with him because he was salty about the ending of their relationship. Will Smith been bagging mad bitches too. The shit was that he was able to keep his bitches in check. And that shit was on the tight lip. Yeah. But so now that you have your nigga talking his shit, now you got to make sure that you bring that shit up.
Now we got to address it
to the public.
Right.
And now you do bring it to the public. And that's the biggest, the biggest thing in the book, in my opinion, which was the biggest, what? You know, it was when she pretty much said that they pretty much knew that they were going to talk about her and kind of throw her a little bit under the bus. And she was down with all of it. And even her publicist was like, why are you going to even do this? It makes you look like you were cheating on him. And she's like, you know, she was trying to take the ownership. Like, yo, I was messing with a loose lip nigga. Yeah, a loose lip nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the bitches that Will Smith been talking, don't nobody know who the hell they were.
Kept their asses quiet.
Best friend, he has a best friend that is now on this whole hunt, which
and I wanted to touch it. I wanted to touch on that as well.
Did you watch the episode?
I'm gonna
with Tasha K.
So I want to talk about that, right? So there's an episode, right? So to kind of say that Jada, with all this going on, she's still supporting Will and all of that because she flat out, Jada came out and flat out said, "Oh, I'm gonna be suing. We suing because
Tasha
you're putting
K
out this fabricating." You're fabricating this information, basically saying, if you guys don't know, it was said that Will Smith and Martin, his
Dwayne
name is
Martin,
which was Dwayne Martin, Dwayne Martin, which is Tisha Campbell's ex-husband. If Tisha Campbell is Gina from Martin, for those who don't know her as Tisha Campbell, was saying that essentially, allegedly, Will Smith and Dwayne Martin were sleeping together. Jada was like, absolutely not, and then that they're suing. So that has been a big thing too. So while while people think she's also throwing Will under the bus, she's not going to allow fabrication to go out about him either.
You saw their recent Thanksgiving post as well. Like,
yes, they all in the family. Yep,
it's a family thing, and I just want to give a little bit more context to what you were mentioning. So who Mo is mentioning is there's an episode with Tasha K, and you guys can go ahead and look for that yourselves with Will Smith's ex assistant, which was like one of his good friends from Philly, that is now really upset with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I watched the full interview. He's really upset because he feels like they were stopping his money with some you'll have to watch the episode to really get the details of it. But he's spilling all the tea about how Will Smith is bisexual and how Jada Pinkett is throwing him under the bus and all types of stuff. He's just really trying to promote his book that is not even out yet. He's clout chasing. He's clout chasing, actually. And doesn't even have a book out just yet. But
okay.
So
here's my thing. For example, and Nash had brought up how she brings up old shit. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. Let me first I'm gonna just say the Alsina and shit, I felt like that was a publicity stunt from the beginning. I felt like she wanted this nigga to put out the information. I felt like it was put out there in order for her to promote the Red Table Talk, which failed. Okay, I'm just saying it did, and that's what she was doing, right? Okay. Second, this other dude right here, he's bringing up this old information about Dwayne Martin that we've known.
Yeah, we always heard that. Yeah,
years ago. We heard this information. I'm gonna say 7-8 years ago. We heard this information, and he's bringing it back up. Now she's gonna sue, but we've been hearing this information. So they both out here clout chasing. They clout chasing against each other. That's all I'm saying. But you know what? I still feel like it's still clout chasing with her. At the end of the day, I still feel like it's clout chasing with Jada Pinkett. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So
you leave Jada alone.
So in terms of the next part of that question, we talked about
was Chavis.
Kisha Chavis. Yeah.
Y'all you wanted to defend that one, TJ?
We forgot about her.
You want to go first? You want to go first?
No, since you're talking, Nash, I'll allow you to go first. That's fine.
All right, cool. So we all know, well, if you don't know, Sophisticatedly Ratchet had an episode where we discussed Joe Smith's ex-wife, Miss Chavis. And Miss Chavis has a OnlyFans, right? Which Joe Smith was not aware of. And I think one of the distinguishing factors that makes me feel like she's clout chasing is the fact that she recorded the reveal of him knowing that she had an OnlyFans account and posted that shit on the internet.
Okay, look, so I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad when you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution, not in my book.
If that's not clout chasing, then I don't know what clout chasing is. Right? Because it's one thing to be public about your shit, but it's another thing to record your man in real time when he finds out that you out here showing the good on the internet for $20 a month. That is wild to me. That's clout chasing. All right. And now you compound the fact that he's not in agreement with this. He's upset about this, but you still going on a publicity tour. You out here going to different radio stations. You going to different platforms. You telling them how broke this nigga is. You talking about talking about all the things that we forgot about. Nobody was talking about Joe Smith last month. Wasn't nobody even thinking about Joe Smith. But you out here throwing this man through the dirt just to get some notoriety. Now you want It Is What It Is podcast. Shout out to Cam and Mace. Your podcast is really great.
Facts.
I love y'all niggas. Giving body rubs out here on the camera. Now, the question that we ask ourselves is that now, last time we talked about this, the fellas was like, you got to do what you got to do if you need to get some money, baby. And got to hold us down. You got niggas out here smutting your wife out, talking about, come on the show. And you got to eat that. You got to sit there and be like, it is what it is. And now you looking crazy. That's clout chasing to me. That is the definition of clout chasing.
Yo,
complete.
Her and Joe Smith was on a show together, and she said something like, "Are you going to get a better job? Are you going to get
Papa John's?" She was like, "Shaq, you gonna get him a job at Papa John's?" And this nigga was like, "Damn,
I seen that shit. I seen that shit.
He
walked out, right?
Yeah, he walked out. Yeah. So Joe Smith and his wife was doing a live interview. I can't remember homeboy's name. I'll find it and put him in the comments. But he asked them. Well, he was talking about his financial situation, and she was saying that we got to do what we got to do to get money. She said other people in the NBA making money. She said Shaq got Papa John's. Shaq, why don't you get him a job?
It's up to you first and foremost to not post those things. And once you put them up there, now you have to deal with it.
Well, then someone needs to help him then. Shaq, can he get a Papa John's?
Kiss, that was wrong. Joe?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to your husband on camera? And then he got so upset he walked off. Clout chasing. That is the pure definition of clout chasing.
Yeah, TJ, my fault. You.
No, go. No, TJ. Now you go. Now you go, TJ. What are your thoughts?
I can hold my thoughts.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay.
At least she's not doing it on the low. At least she's not doing it on a show where he not there. She brought the nigga in.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Like, tell him to his face.
They still
I love it. You know why I definitely think it's clout chasing too, because you can see the heat in her eye as far as like, I'm about to ride this gravy train, as hard as I can, and I'm not mad at it, and I'm not mad at it because I think she made the connection between how public of a figure she is in relation to what she's really chasing is the money. You know what I'm
You
saying?
mean how
And
public a
she's just
figure
ready.
he is? Because she's not a public figure. He's the public figure that's driving.
Well, that's the thing though. The goal for her is to become a public figure. You know what I'm saying? So this is why. And once she makes it to Google, nigga, she's great. She's gold now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but yeah, unfortunately, she's using that man's name and as a platform to start it off. But I don't think she's gonna stop there. I think she's at a point where she's willing to get as much fame as fast as possible. And if you in the way, you getting fucked. So
she has to ingratiate the people, right? With all this clout chasing.
I give it to him. I just think that it's fucked up. It's fucked up that you can see that this is visually hurting this nigga. Like you can see that he is uncomfortable. You know this, and you are aware of this, and you were just drinking this nigga tears and taking it to the bank. Like, fuck this. I'm just gonna keep doing my.
And she's like,
that's fucked
she's
up.
like, yo, nigga, I'm paying the bills. You gonna come on this show with me? All right, like I felt like she made them come on.
Like, is that enough? Is that enough to be emasculated? Like, is money enough to allow someone to publicly treat you like a bitch? Like, is that okay?
No, when you used to live in the high life and now you can't afford to stay at a hotel anymore and some real shit like that. And I ain't saying that was an actual thing that happened, but when you were living a high life and you feel like you have a chance to get back in the limelight and you're gonna make this money, sometimes you have to make some sacrifices, right? She's not dealing with a few $1,000s. We're talking about millions of dollars at stake right now for him to come on shows and for her to humiliate him for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like just to keep her clout up.
You know exactly how much they're getting from these interviews?
I'm just saying. We're talking about mills. We're talking M's. Yeah, we're talking M's. All right. Like, there's a possibility of her making M's, okay? Because she's on all these shows and she's freaking getting all this publicity right now. Nobody knew who Joe Smith was a few months ago.
Or Kisha Chavis. I mean,
I think it's important for us to not conflate fame with fortune, right? Just because you are famous does not mean you are smart enough to make money off of that fame. I feel like she's trying to, like you said, she's got this 5 minutes of fame and she's going to hold on to it for as long as she can and stretch it out for as long as she can. But I don't think she making M's off of none of these moves, my nigga. I think that I don't have the facts to back that up, but I think that she did get a boost in publicity, but I don't think that's always akin to a boost in pay.
Yo, let me peep game. If I get a boost in publicity, especially from my OnlyFans, right? Now I got millions of people watching my OnlyFans. Except
you making numbers up. We don't know if you got a
few times. That's what I'm just saying. But she got a huge boost, and people actually who knows about her and will actually go out and look for her OnlyFans now.
Let's look it up.
You feel what I'm saying? Like she's gonna make the bread.
It is true that after all this incidents, after all of this has been reported and the interviews and stuff like that, she has had a huge boost in her stats on OnlyFans, and it is making her money. Do I feel
making them money? They're a couple.
Yeah, but they're not specifically together at the moment. And in one of the interviews, she had said, like, I don't even know where he is right now. And she did post the video, but about his reaction to it. I think she was doing it to come somewhat like shame him in a sense. And he said she mentioned that it was one of his friends that he's maybe like having an intimate relationship with that shared it, a female that shared it with him, that, hey, she's on OnlyFans. And she said it on TMZ. We have the clip of it. We can actually play it too, where she's on TMZ and she's like, one of his female friends shared it with him. And then TMZ, representatives asked her, like, how long have you had the page? And she said, well, I've had it for over a year. It's even on my LinkedIn. And, we're in a relationship together and he didn't even know that.
How long is the account? Have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife, period.
So
she also tried to fake cry, which was just funny to watch.
On a TMZ at one.
Rock it out there.
Mad fake, right?
I do feel like she's monopolizing off of it. Do I feel so specifically to this question? I don't really feel like, what she's doing is similar to Chrisean Rock. I think Chrisean Rock has everybody just following her regardless whether she does. We're just the world is waiting for her to fuck up, honestly.
That's a fact.
And so all you have to do is carry a camera around her and just see the bullshit that she's doing. And unfortunately, you're going to see her in these uncompromising situations where she's not using her emotional intelligence or any maturity. Unfortunately for her, it's like a train wreck. When I see anything related to that girl, I feel really hurt because I know that she's young and she's making these mistakes. And what is she going to feel when she becomes 30 and 40? She's going to look back at it like, damn, I look like this. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, I really don't condone it. Like, I really wish someone could take her under that wing and just guide her. Cause like Mo said,
that's what they're trying to do.
She needs guidance. Maybe but she's not ready for it. She has to be ready for it. What you saying, Mash?
Maybe we get Black China to give us some coaching skills. Because
it's not like she came around, right? Yeah, she was one of those that we watched. It was like a train wreck watching it in a sense. All the different relationships that you're in and how you putting yourself out there, and then you become of a certain age and or of maturity, or you start to see it and you're like, oh damn. And I'm sure that Black China could see a lot of that in Chrisean too, look from the outside looking in. So I don't feel like the Kisha Chavis is exactly like Chrisean Rock. I think Kisha Chavis, like she said, she's been a sex worker her whole life. She 100%. Wanted to change who she was and became a singer, was living out in Europe. Well, pretty much majority of her life.
She was 18. Ever since she got out of jail, back when she was 18 for scamming and shit, she's been in the sex. She's been in the sex.
Why would you marry this? That's crazy.
Well, remember, you have to also understand that he wasn't making all that money when she met him either. A lot of people was thinking that, oh, she's a gold digger because she was with him. He was not making any money at the time too. And so she makes a statement to say, you could tell that she still loves him because she makes statements to say like, oh, depression is a real thing, and the NBA needs to really support their players because he was very depressed and he doesn't have like a lot of income after the like the whole COVID thing. Was it COVID? I think it was. Yeah. So, I don't feel specifically like she's doing stuff like Chrisean Rock, but I do think that she's doing things because she's striking while the iron is hot.
You think she's doing things like Jada?
I think she's talking about her experience, and if you consider what Jada did talking about her experience by name dropping, just like Flash said, if he's gonna write an autobiography and that's about his past, and he really was in the met Jay-Z doing some cable work, like he could talk about that was his past, that's his truth, that's his story, and that's what a fucking autobiography is. Why are we hating on her for that? And she's promoting her book. That's what she's supposed to be doing.
I'm making this money.
She's trying to get that money. We're talking about it right now.
I'm hating it. I'm hating.
Yeah,
I say I'm hating because I like Will Smith a lot. That was my nigga for a long time. Like we all forget about Independence Day. We all forget about Wild Wild West. We forget about Men in Black. We forget about After Earth. We forget about all these amazing things that we appreciate this nigga for. And
I don't forget about
my
it.
man looking back.
I haven't forgotten about it either, Mo.
Yeah, I haven't forgot about it. I would say about
that's it.
No, well, for Kisha Chavis, in my opinion, I think she's clout chasing. I'm sorry. I do feel in some degree she's in clout chasing, because even if I kind of get why would you I do agree with Mash in a sense of why would you record his reaction? Like that could have been something that you guys had in your home, as far as it's real, because part of me is like, okay, why didn't you know that about her, that she had her OnlyFans and she had it on her page? That's one thing. And number two, with her, why didn't you just share it with him? If especially if he knows your background already, he might have said, okay, well, and she could have been, babe, I did this because just to boost up some money for us or whatever the case may be. I don't think it may have gone left. So I think that could have been done in the confines of their home without any kind of videos or anything like that. I just don't understand why she had to put it on video unless you're doing it for a reaction from him and to clout chase. That's just my opinion. So I would say, and to me, in some kind of certain degree, she did clout chase. Now, whether that clout chasing has now boosted her up and she's now getting additional income based off of that, and now she's doing these podcasts. Okay, then it helped in your favor from you clout chasing. But realistically speaking, and this is not your boyfriend, this is not your man, this is your husband, right? This is your husband. You could have had that conversation without him being filmed about his reaction, because like I said, once again, he knew who he married, one, right? So that's something you could have had a conversation with him about. That's
Real
all.
quick, PSA to the fellas in the tribe. Make sure you choose the right lady. I think it's important for us to be critical of who we decide to commit to. All right, it's really important that you make sure that you make the right decision, because obviously Joe Smith did not make the right decision.
Obviously not.
He is being treated like a second-class citizen out here in the internet, and it is
Yo,
wild.
Yo, Mash,
Mash,
remember what we used to call it? We used to say like, yo, always get a pussy facts. All right, make sure you get a pussy.
Now hold on.
Now the facts.
No, but I also want to say this. Why do you say he choose somebody? Everybody has a past, right? That was her past. He
and
was
you
aware
need to
about
know
her past.
that past is relevant. Like everybody's past is relevant. For me to know that my ex, okay, I'm gonna cut you off. Yeah, finish your thought and I'll respond.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so he knew who he married, right? Let's put it like that. He knows her background. So I'm just saying, because somebody has I'm not saying that what she did right now is right, but I'm saying because she had that background, people may change from that background. You know what I mean? So you're just saying, oh, guys, make sure you choose. And I get it. Yes, make sure you choose the right person. However, everybody has backgrounds that they may, that they can't come back from, with certain experiences that they have with trauma. Okay, like somebody that gets sexually assaulted or something like that. That's, they're that's part of their background. That's part of them. That's part of their makeup. You get what I'm saying? But everybody goes through something and can change from that sometimes.
Yeah, and that is not a good investment. I feel like if you are, all right, fuck it. This is a financial situation when you get married. All right.
Gotcha.
You are putting your finances on the line when you marry somebody on both sides. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a lot more to lose than this other person, you need to take those things into consideration. Right. Mm-hmm. You need to be aware that your partner has a past of doing things that you may be happy with or may not be happy with. And you have to take that into consideration. In his situation, his shorty was, what were we calling her? What was she?
A sex worker.
A sex worker?
She was a sex worker. Okay, cool.
Birthed into the game.
You got to know that if she need money, she could be a sex worker again.
Okay.
That's a flag. That's a fucking flag. If you know that your career is about to be on it, you want to tail into your career, right? You know that you ain't got bread coming in. You went from $60 million to $18 million. And when she dropped her OnlyFans, this nigga had about 3,000. Well, when he dropped this internet storm of money situation, when it became obvious to us, the public,
right?
That Joe Smith wife was on OnlyFans. He only had $3,000 to his name. All right.
What?
So you was fucked up in the game.
Crazy.
You fucked up in the game, bro.
Crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somewhere your money wasn't wise with your money or something.
If you invested in a shorty who had a history of that, then you got to be prepared for what could potentially happen. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I want to also make this point that, I think he chose the right woman at the end. He was dating a whole bunch of women that were using him for his money, and that's why that nigga broke now. You know what I'm saying? She said that she had a puppy walking dog, a puppy service, like babysitting service. She created a moving company, and he was under like the books of that. Like she was with him for love. Okay, she was not with him for his fucking money. And she was doing entrepreneurial things to help them get their money right. And yes, she was doing her sex stuff on the side. Yes, she should have had a whole conversation with her husband about it and not have allowed anybody from the outside in, let him know about it before he, heard of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that was absolutely wrong. But I really do feel like she loves him. And she talks about in a lot of these episodes, she's like, I don't know where he is. And maybe she was able to get in contact with him and allowed him to do an interview with them so that they can make some money together. And maybe she's had this conversation with him like, hey, this is how much they're offering for this interview. Are you into doing it? Because you have bills that need to be paid, whether you're going to be with me or not. You know what I'm saying? So I do not feel like he chose the wrong one. I think that they had a situation that could have been held inside closed doors. And this is what I say, when you're in a relationship with somebody, the first thing you need to do before I run and talk to Mo, before I run and talk to Shake and Mash and Flash about my situation, I need to run and talk to my partner first. When we're having issues, I need to run and talk to you about it first and let us come to our resolution first. And then if we can't come to resolutions, then I can talk to my friends. Like, this is what we talked about and this is what we came up with. But you got to talk to your partner first. You know what I'm saying? And when you're having money issues, and obviously they didn't. They have a lot of holes in their relationship, obviously, because you can't be doing something for a whole year and your man don't even know. And it's on LinkedIn. She said it was even on LinkedIn. That's a job site. Jesus.
TJ,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I challenge what you said, because how much can you love me if you dragging me like this?
And she says that. She says, I know that this may look like a bad thing, but
how much can you love me if you're dragging me like this? I'm asking you. If in that situation, how much love do you think she has for him on a scale of 1 to 10? If she's
I feel like
degrading this nigga daily,
it is degrading.
How much love is that? Is that a lot of love or
all
little
his
love?
money issue that is really emasculating too, especially for men. Like I hear you. I hear you, Mash. I hear you. It's showing that she doesn't love him, but there's so many things that people do. Is that I'm loving you by making us money for us, but at the same time I'm dragging you. It's like what is it? But I think she has a false sense of love as well. She's been through a lot of trauma in her life as well. And also, to be with a man at the ending of their relationship where you're actually providing and he's just a celebrity because of the name is kind of sucky as well.
And that's where that's how he's going to contribute. Okay, his celebrity status contributes to her because chicks do this. Chicks can do this to regular guys all over the place, but they're not going to get as much publicity off of the name.
No.
So all he has now is his name. So she's using that name to springboard off of that. And yes, she's gonna clout chase because she's gonna make this money. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not hating. It's what it is. That's what she gotta do. That's what she gotta do. This is where he needs to be. This is where he needs to be because he only had $3,000 to his name. Thank you for mentioning that, DJ. $3,000 to your name after you've been a millionaire. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard.
That wasn't my fact. I didn't know. I don't know nothing about $3,000 to his name.
That was a shake back.
That was from Mash.
No. That's a Mash fact. That's from the New York Post. That's from the New York Post.
Okay.
All right,
Mash, thank you, Mash. Appreciate it.
Niggas did they Google.
Educate, we entertain, and we bringing our facts. Okay, try.
And bring it back. Yes.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that the tribe knows that we ingregate. Fuck, I'll just keep moving. I fucked that up.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
I want the tribe to know that Shake don't have a mustache for this episode. Please come check us out on YouTube. All right, this nigga ain't got no lip grip. You're gonna see him adjusting his lip the whole episode.
you put lip gloss on there. That shit was crazy just now. Y'all might have not seen it on YouTube, but this nigga definitely put some moisturizer on his location.
You come look at my bare face, co-host. Half a bare face.
You know what? It's a good thing I don't need to ingratiate you guys. Okay, so screw you.
Oh gosh, you on a roll. Exactly.
All right, guys, we need to end this episode right now, ladies and gentlemen. We need to end this episode. So TJ, you want to hit us with the 2020 twin real quick?
What up, tribe? Thank you guys for listening all the way to the very end of this one. This is a good episode. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out everywhere you hear podcasts. We drop new episodes every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And if you're watching us, you're on YouTube at So Ratchet Space Podcast, where you can see our beautiful and handsome faces. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And make sure you share us with a friend. If you have any thoughts of anything that we're saying in the episode, make sure you comment, okay, so that we can communicate with you. Every first Wednesday of the month, we drop our episode, but we also show up live here on YouTube at So Ratchet Space Podcast, where you get to connect with us. We love to hear your thoughts on YouTube. We love to see you live and in person. It's not pre-recorded, and we get to connect with you. Make sure you follow us on our IG. We're at So Ratchet Podcast on Twitter, So Ratchet Podcast on TikTok, So Ratchet Podcast on on Twitter, we're at So Ratchet Pod, and on Threads, we're at So Ratchet Podcast. Thank you guys. Hit the like button right now. Hit the follow button right now. Hit the like button, follow button, subscribe button, all the buttons.
All that. And also, guys, on the live, we're gonna start coming up with a lot more games on the live. Yo, make sure y'all join us. It's a fun session. You won't be disappointed every first Wednesday. All right, guys.
Every first Wednesday.
Facts.
Yes.
Dang. All right. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna end it right here. All right. Peace.
Cheers.